What if the very ground beneath your feet held the key to your freedom? What if the bricks you walk past every day could be your ladder to abundance? What if property isn't just real estate, but a real strategy? This is not just a story about buildings. It's about building a life. It's not just about wealth. It's about wisdom. This is From Property to Prosperity. Let's begin. Part 1. The Power of Ownership. Prosperity starts with one word: ownership. When you own something, you're no longer at the mercy of circumstances. You're in control. And that's what property gives you: leverage. Whether it's a single room, a plot of land, or a multi-unit investment, property changes how you move in the world. Why? Because it builds equity, not just in the bank, but in your mindset. Wealthy people think in assets. Broke people think in income. The wealthy don't ask, "How much can I make this month?" They ask, "What can I build this year that pays me for life?" And property is one of the oldest, most proven vehicles for doing just that. Part 2. From Shelter to Strategy. Most people look at property as just a roof over their head. But winners look at property as a revenue engine. That extra room? Airbnb it. That backyard? Build a guest unit. That apartment? Rent it, flip it, scale it. Wealthy minds don't just live in property, they leverage it. Understand this: the house you live in is not just shelter. It's an opportunity. It's a bank account that grows if you treat it right. It's a business if you structure it right. It's a legacy if you hold it long enough. Property isn't passive. It's powerful. Part 3. The Mindset Shift. Now, before property comes prosperity. Before buildings comes belief. Because if your mind is still stuck in survival, you'll never invest in stability. Here's what stops most people. I don't have enough money. The market is too high. It's too risky. But here's the truth. The risk isn't in buying property. The risk is staying broke forever. Waiting until everything's perfect is the biggest trap. Winners get in early, start small, learn fast, and grow smart. That's how fortunes are built. One decision, one door, one step at a time. Part 4. From Tenant to Tycoon. The journey from tenant to tycoon doesn't start with millions. It starts with mindset. Think about this. Most self-made millionaires in the last century made their first serious wealth through real estate. They didn't wait for a perfect property. They made the property perfect for their strategy. They studied. They sacrificed. They used FHA loans, VA loans, hard money, joint ventures. They used what they had to get what they wanted. They didn't just pay rent. They collected it. They didn't just survive inflation. They profited from it. They didn't fear mortgages. They mastered leverage. They moved from tenants to titans. Part 5. The Compound Effect of Property. Here's what makes property so powerful. It compounds: rental income, appreciation, tax benefits, loan paydown, equity growth, all happening at the same time, month after month, year after year. While you sleep, your asset works, and over time, one property becomes two. Two becomes four. And before you know it, you've built a real estate empire off of what others called just a house. Compound prosperity. That's what smart property investment brings. Not just income, but freedom. Part 6. Lessons from the Greats. Look at every wealthy family name you've heard of. Rockefeller, Rothschild, Trump, even Disney. They didn't just entertain the world, they owned the land under it. Behind every fortune is a foundation of ownership. They didn't chase trends, they acquired assets. They played the long game, and they taught their children not how to earn, but how to own. You don't need to be born rich to get rich. You just need to study the blueprint. Part 7. Start small, think big. Here's the best part. You don't need to start with a mansion or skyscraper. Start where you are, with what you have, a tiny plot, a fixer-upper, a foreclosure, a co-investment. Don't aim for flashy. Aim for cash flow. Don't try to impress, try to invest. Buy the ugly house in the good neighborhood. House hack, flip, brr strategy. Rent to own. Whatever path you choose, start walking. Because the difference between rich and poor is action. Part 8. What property teaches you. Property doesn't just grow your bank account. It grows you. It teaches patience. It teaches negotiation. It teaches research, discipline, and vision. It teaches how to solve problems, manage people, handle pressure. It's not just an investment. It's a university. And the longer you stay in the game, the more skilled you become. Part 9. From generation to generation. The biggest difference between the wealthy and the struggling? Legacy. Wealthy families pass down property. Struggling families pass down rent receipts. You can break that cycle. When you own land, you give your children a foundation. Literally. You give them not just a better start, but a smarter mindset. Don't just live for now, build for later. Because a life of prosperity begins when you make one bold decision to stop renting your life and start owning your future. Part 10. Your next move. So here's the real question. Will you keep waiting for one day? Or will today be day one? Will you keep making excuses? Or will you start making equity? The game is yours. The path is clear. The ladder is waiting. From property to prosperity. That journey is real, and it's possible. And it's yours for the taking. If this message lit a fire in you, don't let it fade. Take that energy and act. Learn, plan, start. Because every successful real estate investor once stood exactly where you're standing now. With a dream, with a decision, with a choice to move from comfort to courage. So ask yourself, are you ready to stop watching others build empires and build your own? Then let's go. From property to prosperity.